President John J. DeGioia, Your Highness Sheikha Moza bin Nasser, Your Excellency Sheikha Hind bint Hamad Al Thani, Your Excellencies, members of the board, Mr. Ibrahim Jada, members of the faculty, ladies and gentlemen, members of the class of 2022. Welcome to the commencement exercises of Georgetown University in Qatar, School of Foreign Service. Please stand and remain standing for the national anthems of the state of Qatar and of the United States.
نشر الضياء قطر ستبقى حرة تسمو بالروح الأوفياء سيروا على نهج الأولى سيروا وعلى ضياء الأنبياء قطر بقلب سيرة عز وأمجاد الهبات قطر الرجال الأولين حماتنا يوم النداء وحمائم يوم السلام جوارح يوم الفداء قطر الرجال الأولين حماتنا يوم النداء وحمائم يوم السلام جوارح يوم الفداء قسما 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 بمن رفع السماء قسما بمن نشر الضياء قطر ستبقى حرة تسمو بروح الأوفياء.
Please be seated. It is our custom to begin and end our ceremonies with a prayer. At the beginning, we invoke God's presence among us. Today, Asna Siddiqui, class of 2022, will offer the opening prayer.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى أن رآه استغنى إن إلى ربك الرجعى. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Recite in the name of your Lord who created man from a clinging substance, Recite, and your Lord is the most generous, who taught by the pen, taught man that which he knew not. No, but indeed man transgresses, because he sees himself self-sufficient. Indeed, to your Lord is your return.
Thank you, Asna. Most Reverend John Carroll, first Catholic Bishop of the United States, took formal possession of the land on our hilltop in Maryland in 1789, and it is that date that we observe as our founding date. But it was not until 1814, when our enrollment passed 100, that Georgetown's then president, Reverend John Grassi of the Society of Jesus, asked our first student, William Gaston, who was by then a North Carolina congressman, to introduce a petition into Congress for a federal charter for Georgetown. It is our venerable custom to begin academic ceremonies with the reading of that charter for the College of Georgetown within the District of Columbia. To discharge that office, on behalf of Mary Matson, I have the pleasure to present Deborah McKee, Registrar, Georgetown University in Qatar.
An act concerning the College of Georgetown in the District of Columbia. Be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, that it shall and may be lawful for such persons as now are, or from time to time may be, the President and Directors of the College of Georgetown within the District of Columbia, to admit any of the students belonging to said college or other persons meriting academical honors to any degree in the faculties, arts, sciences, and liberal professions to which persons are usually admitted in other colleges or universities of the United States, and to issue in an appropriate form the diplomas or certificates which may be requisite to testify to the admission of such degree. Signed, Langdon Cheevers, Speaker of the House of Representatives, John Gaillard, President pro tempore of the Senate. Approved, March 1, 1815, James Madison, President of the United States.
Thank you, Deborah. It is my great honor now to introduce this year's commencement speaker, Mr. Ibrahim Mohammed Jada, Group CEO of the Arab Engineering Bureau and Chief Architect of Ibrahim Jada Architects and Engineers. His pioneering work can be found everywhere in Qatar, from the glamorous Kempinski Marsa Malaz, timeless Shark Village and Spa, the iconic Barzan Tower. He is known for the sprawling and visually dominant Ministry of Interior building, the towering Kempinski residences and suites, and the award-winning Al Thumama Stadium, which takes inspiration from the famous skull cap worn under men's headscarves. All of his designs reflect the culture, history, and environmental context in which they exist, and he is known for enhancing the architectural style of modern Qatar while preserving the essential elements of the traditional Qatari architecture. As a result, he has played an important role in developing the visual identity of Qatar's built environment. In his professional career, Dr. Jada has overseen completion of over 1,500 projects. His firm, Arab Engineering Bureau, which he grew from 6 employees to over 600 employees, with branch offices across the Middle East and Southeast Asia, is one of the most influential firms in the region. A dedicated advocate for sustainability, he co-founded the Qatar Green Building Council and has pioneered sustainable building design in Qatar and beyond, winning multiple sustainable design awards in the process. A recognized architect, Mr. Jada has won numerous awards, including the Al Fazan Award for Mosque Architecture, Arab Town Organization Awards, Chicago Athenaeum International Architecture Award, Organization of Islamic Capitals and City Awards, and the State Encouragement Award. Passionate about education, Mr. Jada speaks about Qatari architecture all over the world, including previously at Harvard and ETH Zurich universities, as well as GUQ's Center for International and Regional Studies, and also sits on the advisory board of VCU Arts, Qatar and Qatar University's Department of Architecture and Urban Planning, and has written 3 books about Qatar architecture: The History of Qatari Architecture, 99 Domes, Imam Mohammed bin Abdul Wahab Mosque, and most recently, Qatari Style, Unexpected Interiors. For our graduates, I will remind you that his illustrious career began when Mr. Jada graduated from the University of Oklahoma in 1988. His sincere passion for architecture and commitment to his principles of preserving heritage while advancing his field were the foundation of his success, and he provides an excellent model for young graduates like yourselves who are hoping to make a mark on the world consistent with your values. This is why I'm especially pleased that we have chosen him this year. Mr. Jada, you honor us with your presence, and I would now like to welcome you to the lectern to share your insights with us tonight.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Your Highness Sheikh Moza bint Nasser, President DeGioia, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, dignitaries, and parents, dear students, I'm honored to be invited as your 2022 graduation speaker. Speaking of Georgetown University takes me back to history. Few decades ago, a gentleman called Dr. Saif Al-Hajari walked into my small firm, which only had about a dozen people back then, with an interesting proposal. He told me I had been selected to design a school of etiquette named Al-Shakab Institute, somewhere in Al Rayyan area. Dr. Saif spoke to me about His Highness and Her Highness's dream to create Education City, a university town that will be home to the world-class institutions teaching important programs. The first time I set foot on what is now Education City, I was surrounded by an empty piece of desert. I could not have imagined I would witness this grand idea coming to realization in my lifetime. But thanks to the strong and determined leadership, it happened and excelled. Not only did this idea reach a major success, but now, after many years, my own children go to Education City, and my daughter, Sheikha, is attending Georgetown University. Having said, yeah, she told me not to mention her name, but I did. Having said that, ambitions and dreams do come true if you have commitment and leadership with vision, willingness to accomplish these dreams. In the old days, if you wanted to know the future, you go to the lady with a crystal ball. I don't need to go to that lady. I see the future in your eyes. I see ambitions, passion, leadership, eagerness to do great things. You are the true leaders of the future of politics, economics, history, and academia. Eventually, each one of you will make an impact on your path. So I would like to give you a piece of advice to keep with you. No matter what you do, always remember your roots and where you came from. Respect your ancestors. Learn from their knowledge. In this fast-paced, globalized world, people tend to conform to trends, even if these trends do not fit their cultures and environment. Because of that, our well-being of our societies and our small earth has been neglected. Performative sustainability is not sufficient. You are the generation of the future, and your task is to start what we all call regenerative development, which does not only tackle performative sustainability, but aims to create a better world, ecosystem, socially, economically, and even environmentally. You should use the past as a source of knowledge and develop this knowledge to fit future challenges. Respect people and respect the planet. We are all interconnected and dependable on each other. Always have in mind the legacy you want to leave behind. Finally, I would like to congratulate you students, but also your parents and professors, since they are an important source of inspiration and support. I still get inspired by my wonderful mother and remember the advice from my professors. So congratulations on your achievement and best of luck for the future professional lives. Many of the young students who interned in my company are now playing a major role in our local economy. The path to success is not always easy, but it is possible with hard work and determination. I look forward to seeing you well accomplished in the future and hope our paths will cross again soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for those very inspiring words. We would like to demonstrate our gratitude with a gift. The gift will be presented by President DeGioia. We now come to the conferral of degrees. Dr. Amira El-Zain, Associate Professor at Georgetown University in Qatar, will call the names of the degree candidates. Where candidates have achieved Latin honors from cum laude, meaning with distinction, up to summa cum laude, meaning highest distinction, this will be noted before their name. Similarly, those inducted into a number of national honor societies in recognition of their excellence will have that society mentioned before their name. You will recognize these as 3 Greek letters. Each candidate will come forward to receive the diploma and to be congratulated.
Graduating summa cum laude Phi Beta Kappa, Ghalia Muhammad Jaham Al-Kuwari. Abu Bakr Ahmad Nasir Abdul Hayy. Sarah Abdul Razak. Jasmine Afifi. Graduating summa cum laude Shadha Afifi. Graduating magna cum laude Alpha Sigma Nu Labiba Ahmad. Hussam Ait Al-Qadi. Armina Akhwan Borna. هالة سلمان العبد الغني، يونس الآغا، عبد الرحمن أحمد الأحمداني، يوسف راشد البدر، شذا البنا، مبارك محمد الدوسري، هيا يوسف الفخري. Graduating magna cum laude حلم علي، هيا ناصر سعد الكعبي، نور حمد الكعبي، لينا هجو الخليفة، مريم الخاطر، حصة عبد الله الكبيسي، مريم الكبيسي، نورة علي الكبيسي، عائشة عيسى هلال علي عمران الكواري، علياء أشرف علو، ميثة رشيد إبراهيم المالكي، ميثا بنت راشد إبراهيم المالكي، محمد عدنان المناعي، الجازي عبد الرحمن المنصور، نجلة عبد الله المهندي، تليلة عبد الله المهندي، إبراهيم محمد الملا، مشاعل حسن الملا، موزة إبراهيم العبيدلي، عبد الله سمير العق، هيا عبد العزيز الربان، عبد الله علي الرميحي، جواهر عقلة الشمري، مي درويش الشيباني، مريم سعيد السويدي، سعود إبراهيم السبيعي، آية محمد الصليتي. Graduating cum laude عبد الرحمن بن فهد الثاني. الجوري بنت خليفة الثاني. مياسة محمد الثاني. Graduating cum laude بثينة حمد الثاني. Graduating magna cum laude Alpha Sigma Nu Phi Beta Kappa بثينة جاسم حمد الثاني. موزة فهد الثاني. نورة فيصل الثاني. سارة خالد الثاني. شيخة بندر الثاني. ماسة بركات. أمل برادة. Graduating cum laude Alexander Shirgun. Graduating magna cum laude Alpha Sigma Nu Swain Jessica Choi. Graduating summa cum laude Phi Beta Kappa Linda Rizwan Chun. دانا أحمد درويش. Graduating cum laude هنا وسام الشهابي. محمد يوسف فخرو. زويا فريد. جاك إلياس غنطوس. سيدينيا بيلي جيرامي. مريم حسن. آلاء عبد العلي حسين. كميلة إدريس. Graduating summa cum laude Phi Beta Kappa عائشة إقبال. جنان إيران بومي. Graduating magna cum laude Alpha Sigma Nu إيمان عبد الباقي إسماعيل. Graduating cum laude سيد طه كليم. سارة كشيش. أيمن خان. كريم خزعل. Graduating magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, Kaiminj Malcolm Ma. Ahmad Maki. Graduating summa cum laude, Alpha Sigma Nu, Tanner James Manley. Roman Leonie Maria Monnier. Naiha Naim. Islam Nazikolov. Abzid Pant. Zainab Wakar Qadi. Graduating cum laude, Kushbo Sunil Shah. Asna Siddiqui. Bilal Tahir. Sanskriti Tandon. تسنيم عثماني. Dishwan 1. Adina Yaqub. And Rafael Zimmer dos Santos.
It is now my honor to formally present candidates to President DeGioia, who will confer the degrees. Candidates, please stand. President DeGioia, I have the honor to present to you these candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Foreign Service. These students have been duly examined and recommended by the faculty behind us and approved by the Board of Directors. I therefore ask you to bestow upon them the degree in course.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Congress of the United States and by the Board of Directors of Georgetown University, I officially confer upon these candidates the degree of Bachelor of Science in Foreign Service. Congratulations.
Members of the class of 2022, you richly deserve the congratulations you have just received. You've worked hard, thought deeply, and achieved much during 4 years at Georgetown. Yet, in the spirit of cura personalis and contemplation in action, let us take time to acknowledge those who took care of you and encouraged your progress along the way. So now it is time, graduates, to show your gratitude for the knowledge, support, and guidance of your family and friends. Please turn and congratulate those who helped you. Graduates, please be seated. It is now my privilege to formally present Dr. John J. DeGioia, 48th President of Georgetown University, who will offer some closing reflections.
Well, thank you, Dean Wilcox, and we're deeply grateful to you for your leadership through this past year. I would like to express our deep appreciation to our special guests who are with us this evening. Her Highness Sheikha Moza, Her Excellency Sheikha Hind, Her Excellency Sheikha Al-Mayasa, His Excellency Sheikh Dr. Abdullah. We're deeply honored for your presence here. And to your excellencies, we want to thank you for joining us as we celebrate the achievements of our graduating students. On behalf of our community, I also wish to express our gratitude to our commencement speaker this evening, Ibrahim Jada, for sharing his reflections and insights with us. And to our graduates, to our families, to each member of our community here this evening, we're honored by your presence. I want to thank you for being here for this very special occasion. It's a great honor for me to be here and to share this moment, this celebration of the class of 2022. And to the colleagues, friends, mentors, families, and all of the loved ones who join us, we're deeply grateful to each of you for your support of these graduates. Thank you also to the extraordinary faculty who are here today. They're seated behind me. For your deep care and commitment to teaching and mentorship, to research and scholarship, and to supporting a vibrant and diverse community. And to our staff, I want to thank you for your many contributions every day that have made this day possible. And finally, to our graduates, the class of 2022, today is your day. Congratulations on all of your hard work, your service, your achievements, the challenges you have overcome. Everything you have done at Georgetown has brought you to this moment. It is a great privilege for all of us to be with you at this very special time. So much has been asked of you over these past few years. Your class will be remembered for the responsibility that you accepted for one another and for all those around you, those across our communities. The deepest values that shape our community are alive in each of you. You brought out the best in one another, and in the tradition that animates our Georgetown community, we believe that when we seek the best in one another, we just might find the very best in ourselves. Today we celebrate this milestone, a culmination in your academic journey. This is a personal achievement and a collective achievement. This commencement is the fulfillment of a vision established more than a century ago, the creation of an academic community invested in the study and practice of the Foreign Service, a place devoted to preparing a new kind of public servant. In 1919, we established the School of Foreign Service at Georgetown, 1 year following the armistice that brought an end to the First World War, and 5 years before the establishment of the Foreign Service of the U.S. Department of State. At the time, during the earliest days of this school, our world was in the midst of a global pandemic, not unlike the pandemic we face now. Perhaps we can imagine what this moment was like for those who lived during this period, just over a century ago. It was in this moment, following a world war, in the midst of a global pandemic, that our Georgetown community chose to view its responsibilities to the world in a new way with the creation of this new school, and laid the foundation for us to be here today more than a century later. It was just 17 years ago that we carried this 100-year-old vision, that we carried that vision here to provide this kind of experience here with all of you. In 1919, in an academic ceremony, in the presence of government leaders, faculty, and students, in a moment much like the one we share right now, Father Edmund Walsh, a Jesuit priest who led the establishment of our new School of Foreign Service, addressed the assembly and spoke to a new global reality. He said, quote, "The awakened consciousness of essential human rights and their reciprocal obligations, together with the realization of the very definite lesson that the peoples of the world constitute one huge family whose interests are common and whose members are interdependent, has proved to be one of the most valuable byproducts of the world tragedy now happily ended." Close quote. Father Walsh's words imbued our new school with a global mission, building on the international character of our university and setting forth ideas for engagement and cooperation that have sustained us for the next 100 years, have sustained us such that we could imagine bringing this mission here to this extraordinary global higher education engagement. In order to fulfill our obligations, we need to support the formation of a distinctive character. In Father Walsh's words, and I quote again, "A character with a great soul, a great heart, a great mind." Close quote. Well, this vision of essential human rights and reciprocal obligations, the idea that we constitute one huge family whose interests are common and whose members are interdependent, this is the vision that guides this school. This is the vision that guided you, the vision that you have sustained during this period of immense challenge and uncertainty. Each of you, and collectively your class, has demonstrated a great soul, a great heart, a great mind in service to our world. When you arrived here, you embarked on a journey, one that now continues beyond this place and beyond this moment. Today you take with you not only the knowledge that you have learned, but also the values that have shaped your lives here, the character that you have forged here together. All of you are prepared now to bring your talents, your knowledge, your compassion, your imagination in service to our world. And as you depart on this day of celebration and accomplishment, we're all so deeply grateful for all of the contributions that you have made to this community, and we look forward to the ways that your leadership and service will contribute to the common good of our global community. Again, it is a privilege for us to be here with all of you to recognize this important milestone in your lives and the beginning of the next step on your journeys. And now with this commencement, you embark on another special time in your lives. This is your time, and we are honored to share this moment with you. Congratulations.
Thank you, President DeGioia. Please stand for the alma mater. Following the alma mater, please remain standing for the benediction, which will be offered by the Reverend Mark Bosco of the Society of Jesus, Vice President for Mission and Ministry at Georgetown University.
Please bow your heads. Good and loving God, we come to you today with gratitude. You call each of us to be a part of this community at Georgetown, blessing us with the educational legacy that began with Ignatius of Loyola and has been passed from generation to generation. You call us to stand in solidarity and kinship with all who share our journey on earth. And you invite us to live lives of active service rooted in justice and love. Help us to build on the wisdom of the past with a vision open to the opportunities of the future. Dare us to move beyond what is known and secure, broadening our imagination and deepening our trust in you. Fill us with wonder and awe as we receive these gifts with open minds, generous hearts, and a passionate spirit. And Lord, as our graduates move to the next stage of our journey in life, and we prepare ourselves for the coming year ahead, hear our simple prayer. When we are weak, be our strength. When we doubt, be our faith. When we are anxious, be our peace. When we are discouraged, be our hope. When we are lost, come and find us. When we are in darkness, be our light. And when we are sad, be our comfort and joy. Grant us this, Lord, as we call upon your holiness to fill our lives with love and grace. Amen.
So you are no longer students at Georgetown, you're now alumni. Cutter Foundation has asked me to announce to you that their events on Sunday and Monday are really good. There's been a lot of work putting together some great networking and some mid-level and upper-level jobs as well. So please take part in those events. Okay. Please remain standing in your places until the platform party and graduates have recessed. We ask that all of our new graduates return to the stage following the recession for media photograph. The 2022 commencement exercise of the Georgetown University and Cutter School of Foreign Service are now officially closed. May Georgetown live forever.